Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saturday Stonks. I am your host, Kashy. I am joined by chat, and I hope that they're as excited as I am to get into this week's Saturday Stonks. We're going to be talking about new unobtainable prices. We're going to also be talking about items possibly selling for real-life cash and what that would mean for the market and what that would mean for you. We also have a new section of Saturday Stonks, YOINK of the Week. And at the very end, we're going to be doing a trading Q&A. An announcement was made by Caleb. Caleb, if you don't know, is one of the richest players in Krunker. Does a lot in terms of unobtainable trades and knows what he's talking about. What's actually happened here, the value of unobtainables is much less. So we used to see downgrade values be a thing. People would say, oh yeah, this exotic is 4.5 mil, but I'm downgrading it for like 3, which Caleb pointed out makes no sense. If you're trying to value your item as more when you're trading it up, but then downgrading it for less, then why are you even calling it higher than it is, right? And he noticed that people were saying that exotic is 4.5 mil, but yet he was watching people slowly downgrade them for less and less and less, to the point where they were downgrading for about 1.6 mil, but people were still trying to say they're 4.5, which makes no sense. So what he decided to do was make an announcement confronting these unobtainable owners who basically disregard DG value or downgrade value and now just call it trading value. Let's say I trade that exotic for 1.6 mil. We then value it at 1.6 mil, essentially keeping unobtainable trading and selling for what they actually should be. This has resulted in a lot of new prices, but we're going to cover some of the new prices and what items have recently been trading for here today. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what this means for you and how this means that you can get your hands on some unobtainables much easier. Things like disintegrators that were going for like what, 3 to 4 million KR. You can now pick up a disintegrator for under 1.4 mil, which, let's be real, chat, I paid like what, 3 mil back in the day for Frostbite. If I could grind 3 mil back in the day, you could easily grind 1.4 mil if you really put the dedication in and get your hands on whatever unobtainable you want, because most of them are sitting under the 2 mil mark now, which is very, very realistic in my opinion. Items are now valued at what they trade for. So what are they actually trading for? Let's see. So we have a Corolla trade here. Corolla seems to be sitting at about 450k. That seems the average of what it's trading for. Personally, I don't think this is a brilliant trade. For the guy that got the roller, I'd say it is. Redux, I don't know how long it's going to sit at about 170k. That's what a Corolla traded for. I also have an exotic trade here. Honestly, I really didn't expect these to drop below 1 million, but we have an exotic trading here for only 795k. But I just want to prove the point here that the new pricing, not only was it because of people using wrong prices, the reason they actually started downgrading for less and less is because the amount of unobtainables actually got bigger, the pool got bigger, and the amount of people that could actually get contraband and other items that would add up to this high amount that people were asking for, the demand just wasn't being met on the ask for the people that had the unobtainables. So slowly we watched them downgrade for less and less and less and less. All right, what else we got here? We do have a moon feather trade. As much as it is 560k, which is pretty average for moon feathers, this is what it seems to be evening out at. Corolla and dummy grenade is a fucking steal though, man. It really is, because no one wants a dummy grenade. They're pretty terrible to trade. They go for like 110k, if that. Yeah, I hope the moon feather guy enjoys his dummy grenade. We have another roller trading for 463k. We have a fucking steal of an exotic here going for 375k. I found this in KMT. I don't know how those guys pulled this off, but that is a yoink. That is not the yoink of the week. We have an even better one to show you later on. We have a disintegrator also trading at 1.3 million. Unobtainables are becoming more obtainable, chat. That is ridiculously cheap for an RGB, and the fact that this even traded is just beyond me. I think it would be like but we tend to see RGBs going for like 3.6 to 4 million at the moment. Just another trade here to show the value of Rain AK and VSS for those that are interested. All right, so moving on to the interesting part of today's discussion: Krunker skins selling for cash. Does it happen? Well, let's get into it. It actually does happen. Surprisingly, we do see items selling for cash, and we are talking about Krunker's black market. And I'm not talking about the one where you buy your masteries from. In the past, we've seen people being locked for attempting to sell skins. Hawker was also one of these people who didn't actually even manage to sell his skin before getting locked. He was snitched on, or something happened when he was trying to sell his disintegrator, which inevitably ended up in him getting locked. That doesn't mean that people don't sell skins. We do have an interesting screenshot that was circling on Twitter, and I do want to talk about it a little bit. I don't care about the drama around it. I just want to focus on what this means for the trading community. So we had a tweet come out here from Krunker, essentially showing Strems asking permission to sell skins. And then we also have another screenshot here of the payments. And the payments are $20, $730 for the first half and $750 for the second half. So we're talking about some big money here, chat. We're not talking about $20, $50. We're talking literal thousands of dollars for some of these skins. I mean, I've heard RGBs selling for like $900 to $1,000. This is with it being illegal. You can imagine if this was legal and everyone could buy these items, how much these unobtainables would skyrocket to. It brought up an interesting discussion. People want to see real money trading in Krunker. This is something we've heard about for a while. It's been discussed for a long time. And the argument, I actually found a guy on Twitter, I thought it was kind of funny. This guy just blatantly outright admitting to selling skins, claiming that he's making a 6-digit salary from selling Krunker items, earning up to $500 a day from selling skins. Why is this important for trading? Well, the argument from the person that actually posted this is some skins are way out the range of Krunky's payments to even be considered fair. High tier trades should have the option to be done through real money, cryptos, or through third-party payments. And his argument for this is having real money would benefit circulation of really high tier items, also stopping KR inflation in tens of thousands of dollars, establishing the market and its prices. I'm not sure how this quite stops KR inflation. I don't know if I follow that. Establishing the market makes sense. Here's what I think about it, ladies and gentlemen. One, if this actually does come to fruition, whether it's through Steam Market, whether it's through a third party, we will see unobtainable items, or any items, Rainbow AKs, Vanta Black. We will see these items become put in the hands of inexperienced traders. That means for you can grab them cheap, boys. So if someone buys an unobtainable for real life money, you might be able to actually trade it to him for less than what he paid. We also would see old items returning to circulation. Old RGB accounts that haven't been touched in years, older disintegrators, antimatters, old rain AKs. Now, why would we see them come back into circulation? Well, the reason is because if people realize that their skins are worth real money, it's like people that held Pokemon cards since the 1990s. They'll start coming out of the cracks to sell their items for real money, and we might see 30 of the locked or inactive RGBs then come into the market, meaning that the price of RGB would massively decrease. Something to think about. We also have a much more active trading community. If there were people able to earn and trade real money in this market, it would create such a active and consistent player base. It would drive dedication, and it would push people to trade and play the game even more. I genuinely think it would be amazing for the trading community. The last thing is we have more stable pricing. If items are going to be worth real money, we will possibly, in a perfect world, see less boosting and less inflation happening due to people owning the skins with their real cash. You know what I mean? We won't see as much boosting happening because it's real life money. All right, so this is where I bring the question to you, chat. What do you guys think about real money trading in Krunker? In my mind, I'd imagine people would just quit trading altogether and cash out their IMs, kind of counterintuitively, possibly. I disagree. I strongly disagree. I feel that there will be people that will cash out their items, 100%. 100% there will be, that want real life money. I also believe that the real traders will utilize this system to trade more and make profit, and then sell the profit that they make and use their real life money to make Krunker investments that are then going to reap them more real life money in the end of it. You know what I mean? Strems would be a billionaire. Very true. Rich players see it as a great opportunity, and the poor player will see it as a bad action, because it will make their life much more difficult to upgrade their bad items. Why do you say that? I mean, cheaper items can still be used in the game market. Yeah, of course. Like, okay, so yeah, you might be right there. Your relics are probably, let's be real, they're gonna be like 50 pence, £1. Like, then really not going to be that much money, and you're only going to see people start paying a lot of money when we look at the higher tier contras. You're only going to really be talking about actual currency that means anything when you're looking at things like Vanta Blacks, Rain AKs, VSSs, and unobtainables. Only seen PayPal on their dad's phone. I don't think it's going to be used much as people think, and that's completely fine. It doesn't mean that everyone has to start selling their Krunker items. That's not what that means. It's just allowing people the option to use it if they want to. You can still use this could come out and you could not use it at all. You could just continue and stick to the Krunker market. You could make your KR. You could buy items off the Krunker market using KR. But for the people that want to make money off the game and want to make investments with their own cash, or want big items and don't want to trade for them, then the option is there for them to use this system. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a new section to Saturday Stonks, we have YOINK of the Week, and this goes to Core BTW, picking up a moon feather for Rainbow Deagle and Robo for Moon. He paid 2K. He paid 2K because the kid added items, dude. Oh, you love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've enjoyed this week of Saturday Stonks. Now, we're going to go through and we're going to answer a few questions. Also, shout out to this. I found this on Twitter while looking for some stuff for this video. Someone made a sweet tooth in real life. I thought it looked kind of cool. You finally... Cade, it took you an hour to fucking realize. It took you... Are people really not realizing why I'm like... Dude, I didn't want to have to just say it. For those that are slow and haven't clocked on, someone screenshot it. Now that Cal removed upgrading price of Unob, does that mean Contras even only have trading value or DG value? Okay, that's a good question. So something I want to talk about Contras is like Contras tend to trade at what they last sold for. That goes for most, but there is a point of which where they will sell for a little bit less than what they actually trade for. This is due to KR being worth 1.25 times more than the same items in trading. We're seeing liquid KR become super demanded now. So Vantablack commonly trades for about 300k at the moment, but as you can see, sells on the market for 260, which is accurate as the pure KR value is worth 1.25 times more than the trading value. So when you get into the higher tier of Contras, you're tending to trade a little bit more than what they're selling for. MP5s are also similar, but once you're below like 50k, you're tending to trade for what they last sold for. And I would always try to pay last sold on an item instead of trading value. But of course, if you're trading, if you're doing a big trade or you're trading with someone that knows what they're talking about, then you'll have to pay trading value. I got Vanta. Right now, my aim is to get an Unob. I'm finding it surprisingly hard to get good offers. Can you help? Yeah. This is what you do. You wake up bright and early, you go into a trade server, you sit there all day, and you press G on every single fucking person you see.